Now that we understand that our thoughts are directly correlated and created by the experiences that we have and the meanings we put behind them, we can now consciously make a decision and understand that our beliefs are simply decisions. And those decisions are absolutely crucial to what our life ends up looking like. Now, going into this Neuroscience 101 and mastering what that looks like, we're basically asking you to master the brain and how it works. Now, I don't know if any of you are neurosurgeons out there or brain surgeons, if you will, but that's a pretty complex thing. Neurosurgery is no easy task, and the brain is just as complex. So in understanding this, we need to know that when we were born with 1 billion neurons. Okay, we've got this huge sausage thing in our head that was put in there by a higher power and this higher creator when they made us, and made us beautifully complex. And we have these 100 billion neurons, but at birth we only have these 25 million sensory receptors. And these sensory connections that are made are simply there to keep us alive, like sound. That is what we reach for. Light, that is when we should be awake. Darkness is when we should be sleeping. Where we get our milk from, how we feed, when we feel full, when we're hungry, if we cry, we get what we want. And so that is ultimately what keeps us alive. And so that's all we really know at that point, is with those 25 billion synaptic connections. But as we experience things, as we create meaning to things, we start to create more synaptic connections. And again, those can be positive or they can be negative. And they're learned traits. If we were again, as a kid, we saw our parents fighting over money. We came to the fact to understand that, oh, money must mean pain. Money must mean anger. Money must be hard to make. And those are not our fault, but once we understand this, we take that power back. By the time we get to that youth age, we have 100 trillion neurosynaptic connections. And they all make up our identity. They make up who we are. And I don't want to harp on this again, but those experiences that we've had have shaped us, but only because we've put a meaning to them. And so understanding that that meaning is so crucial to create somebody else in who we are. Think back to that movie, Adam Sandler movie, I think it's 50 First Dates. And Drew Barrymore is this lady that was in a car accident, and she hold memories. Those synaptic connections aren't there long term. They're there for 24 hours. So every single day that she wakes up, she has to relearn that she loves riding in boats, that she loves pancakes, that she loves the color blue, that she lives in Hawaii, that she knows how to drive a car, and all of these different skill sets that she has, because she starts with a clean slate every morning. And so what's so great about that is we have the opportunity to reshape those beliefs as well. And understanding that they are just simply experiences. They're just simply meanings that can be reversed if we find that new truth. By knowing that, our brain is this massive goal-achieving machine that no matter what is presented to it, it's going to accomplish. And by asking certain questions, again, like we talked about, if your parents were, as a child, were fighting over money, we might start asking, why is money so hard to make? Where is all the money at? Where are all my leads coming from? Why can't I get enough leads? Our mind is going to make that something that we find, something that actually comes to fruition, something that comes true. It's a big search engine. The questions we ask ourselves, it's going to continue to make that happen. If we ask ourselves, why are we fat? Well, you're lazy. You don't eat well. You don't work out. You've got a bad attitude. You're a bad person. You don't deserve to be fit. Those are all questions, or those are all answers to that question that our brain's going to find. Are they true? No. It's simply what we've learned over the course of time, what we've picked up. And so you should start to be seeing a pattern here. And then we have something called the reticular activating system. That is the filter that we see reality from. And it only allows us to see 8% of reality. So the other 92% is just going by us, just flying by our brains, happening on us all the time. Think about it right now. You don't think about your heart beating. You don't think about the clothes on your body. You don't think about the wind blowing outside. But now all of a sudden, because we're talking about it, you do. Another good example of what the reticular activating system is, I want you to take a look around the room. Okay, take a really good hard look. And I want you to try and memorize as many colors as you can in this room. Okay? And I want you to find everything that is green. Okay? Really look at everything that's green. I've got a leaf over there, I've got trees outside, I've got the turtle in the back corner. And now I want you to close your eyes. Now what I want you to do is identify everything that's black. Now, unless you're familiar with this room, it may be hard to really remember what was black. I'm in a room that I'm in all the time and I couldn't remember what was black. But that's an example of what the reticular activating system does, is it brings in that 8% of what was in our reality, which is green. But the black, we didn't think about, so it just went by us. And that is a super, super important thing to remember and understand, because as we get into how this system works and how we really tap into this new level of intelligence, it's all going to start to come together. So out of this, we need to understand that our brain is a goal-achieving machine. It's a massive search engine that will not stop until it produces answers, and it produces answers continually, even though they still might be subconscious. And that we have this powerful tool called the reticular activating system that filters out parts of reality that our brain deems unimportant, and thus makes us miss some of the most important things in life. So with this, we're going to move on to level 3, which is really going to start bringing this all together and helping us understand that how our two states of mind are going to shape what we ultimately can accomplish.